Hello everybody, this is Brenda Chris with Movement Mortgage. I wanted to talk to you today about the Tidewater notice. I had a VA appraisal come in low this week and not everybody knows what to do when there's a Tidewater notice. So basically this says that the appraiser is giving you a heads up that your value is going to come in low. So he sends you a grid, and on this grid you can fill in what you think other comparables that might be similar to your property and you feel the appraiser should have used in determining value. You can fill out this grid with all the different information. You can do up to 5 or 6 properties, I believe, and then you send that grid into the appraiser. It just allows him to look at that appraisal and reconsider anything before he issues the appraisal instead of doing it after he issues the appraisal, and then everybody wants to argue about the value. So we get that out of the way, the appraisal comes back and say it's still low. At that point, what are your options? Well, one, you could reduce the value. You could come down to whatever the appraisal is at, and then everybody goes about their business. If you don't, then the borrower would have to come with the difference. So say the appraisal came in $5,000 low. The borrower would have to bring his closing costs and that $5,000 to closing, and he may not have that. So maybe you negotiate, maybe you meet in the middle, or maybe you come down to the appraised value. But that's pretty much what needs to happen at that point. What makes a comparable a good comparable? An appraiser is going to look at how old the property is. How old the sale is. If it's sold within the last 6 months, then it's a good comparable. If it's within a mile, that's good. If the house is similar, that's really important. You can't compare apples and oranges. So if one house has 5 bedrooms and one house has 3, or they're different styles of homes, then they may not be a good comparable. So we want to look at age, location, and style when we're looking at comparables. And then we submit all that and the appraiser comes up with his final value. But that is pretty much the process. You've got 48 hours to get those comps into the appraiser. And then once the appraisal is issued, you do have the ability to go back and do a reconsideration of value at that point, but then you're looking at another 5 days on the process, and appraisers don't generally change their mind when they have pretty much decided that's the value. So anyway, that is the Tidewater in a nutshell. If you have questions, call me, 843-330-8002, Brenda Christ, Movement Mortgage.